Hi, I'm Professor Stephanie. What I want to talk about in this video is, and I think I'm going to take my glasses off, thank you, sometimes there's a glare, is referencing your sources. Where do your image come from? Where do your ideas come from? And will you take the time to note where they come from, or with images, who the designers are, for example? This is kind of similar. I've asked you to do this in the PowerPoints, and this is similar to me, and we're kind of used to this when we quote someone out of a book. Let's say we've got a topic that we're working on, and somebody has a great quote. Well, we actually take that sentence or a couple of sentences, put the little quote marks around them, and we'll cite, Mr. Smith out of his XYZ book. This is where this quote came from. So we know in literature and in writing the importance of referencing where information comes from. The same thing needs to be true with images. And this is especially true, or a sensitive topic for artists. So an artist creates an image, and in the olden days you might take a picture of it, you'd have a picture of it, but now things are on the web, and you can take that picture off the web and you can print it out, and then it's yours. It's the same thing that happens in the music industry. We're moving now where everybody has lots of accessibility to images and movies, music, that it's just very considerate and important that you start thinking about, where does this come from? So the other aspect here is that you don't want to be copying with your designs. So for example, let's say you're working on a bedroom, and I encourage you to use Pinterest as a place to post cool ideas. These are ideas. These are jumping off points, and it would be great if in your title you noted the designer or noted the website that it came from. So you are saying to the world, hey, I'm honoring who did this. It's a great idea, and I really like it. I'm going to take some of their idea and I'm going to use it. Okay? So in your Pinterest sites, it would be great for you to reference images, especially if they come from a designer, especially if you can find out, the source. In the advisory board committee meeting this past semester, the department has a group of probably about 16 professionals that work with us. We meet 3 times a year, the advisory committee, to talk about what we're teaching, how we're teaching it, what are we missing. And the last topic we talked about was technology. We were showing them how we use videos and the things we're doing in the classroom with online classes. They're most specifically concerned about online classes and are you learning what you need to learn. And we also talked about Pinterest as a place to start with ideas for projects. A big concern with quite a few of the designers, interior designers, was, oh, no, they don't need to be copying from these ideas. They need to be thinking of original ideas. So this is where referencing, yes, I know this came from the XYZ designer, and what I'm going to do is to take the flavor, the feel, and I'm going to use that as a jumping off point. It's what I call an inspiration. It's a visual reference. This is another word that I use because I use visual references a lot. I use them when I design, I use them when I draw. So having the picture in front of me sort of gets my wheels turning, gets things happening. So I acknowledge the importance of that, but then referencing it is very important too. In my work that I do, I have contacted designers that I want to draw their work, and I've had some great conversations. Connie Rick, locally here, I went to visit with her. She was all about using her photographs of her designs as inspiration for me to do my drawings. I have permission from her, and I reference her. Same with a woman out in California. In my new book, you'll see my publication of perspective drawing. I have a designer from California that I talked to on the phone about using her image. So this is honoring the people that do the good work. It's okay to get your ideas from that. And I think the PowerPoints that we do, that I'm asking you to reference websites, sources, is a very good practice. It's a good way to be thinking. It's a good way to acknowledge that you're using this as inspiration. It comes from somewhere else, and yet, you're jumping off from those ideas, or you're getting visual reference for, we're just working right now on some flooring. Before we were doing some wall covering. That's a jumping off point. So keep that in mind as you move forward. Thank you.